Well, today we are reading from Colossians 4:2, and it says this. It says, devote yourselves to prayer, keeping alert in it with an attitude of thanksgiving. Well, if you're like me, you probably look forward to Thanksgiving Day. See, we know that Thanksgiving means cooler temperatures, well, usually, maybe a day or two off of work, the gathering of family and friends with an abundance of awesome food, maybe some competitive football, and usually a long-awaited nap. You know, our minds know that Thanksgiving marks the time when we shift gears. We downshift for a day, even though we gear right back up by Friday, and we launch into a super hectic and commercialized Christmas season. Well, if I had to choose which holiday that I looked forward to the most between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I would choose Thanksgiving. And here's why. Because generally speaking, most people in our culture still celebrate the why of Thanksgiving and not just the what. You see, the what is all of the things that we do in preparation of the day and on the day itself. And yet the why is actually focused on common aspects of gratitude, very similar to the same gratitude practices that the pilgrims began celebrating so long ago. See, they modeled this so well for us, being thankful to God for his provision and blessing throughout the whole year. And today, a few hundred years later, people actually still take that time to reflect and express thankfulness for the harvest that they've reaped in their life this past year, relationally, spiritually, financially, or perhaps just giving thanks for the end of a rainy season and the beginning of an up-and-coming new harvest. You see, the act of giving thanks is satisfying because it feeds our soul. We spend time focused on others and on God. Our eyes are off ourselves, and instead they're looking around us and they're looking up. And all the while, our soul actually just grows fuller and not more empty, because thankfulness breeds abundance in our soul, not scarcity. Well, let's go back to our verse real quick. We read in Colossians 4:2, devote yourselves to prayer, keeping alert in it with an attitude of thanksgiving. When Paul says devote yourselves to prayer, he's saying do it a lot, often, every chance that you get. Go get cozy with the Spirit and tell him all the highs and lows going on in your life right now. Sing to him, read about him, ponder what he's been up to in the last 30 days of your life. Just sit with him. See, Paul urges us to be devoted to prayer because he understands that prayer isn't just some random event that we do here and there. It's meant to be an ongoing connection, this ongoing conversation with the Holy Spirit. Well, then Paul urges us to stay alert in prayer. He helps us to see that in addition to just being in the Spirit's presence, we also need to be attentive and tuned in to all of the moving parts around us, alert to how God is moving and how he wants to be moving in us and through us. When we're attentive in prayer, we can pick up on how the narrative of God may shift, and sometimes quickly. At times, he's comforting or he's listening to us. But at any given time, he may switch things up and say something like, today, I need you to be a spiritual warrior for me. I need you standing next to me on the front lines. Use your strongest weapons and know that I am all around you fighting. Keep your adrenaline up because there are lions prowling everywhere. I've equipped and trained you for this war. And spoiler alert, we win. I've already won, but there's still some battles to go. I know how exhausting it is to constantly be trying to prevent casualties, but every couple of minutes, just take a minute and look around and see the victories. Don't grow lazy or disinterested in what's going on here. I'm on the move, and you're with me. Prayer is unbroken fellowship with the Holy Spirit. See, no matter what he is showing us or how he's leading, it should be as natural for us as breathing. God doesn't want the presence of his Holy Spirit to feel foreign or dreaded in us. He doesn't want you to feel like spending time with him is likened to something on our daily chore list. When we devote ourselves to being with him regularly and we're attentive to his voice, it leads us on a totally different path than we would naturally have been on. And ultimately, we can't help for that kind of experience to lead to sincere thanksgiving. So let me just ask this. What is the Spirit showing or asking of you today, right now? Is he saying, hey, good morning, what's going on? And how can I help you? Or maybe he's saying, oh, I've got something going. I've got something brewing over here. Oh, not good. I need to call in some reinforcements. You got your armor ready? No matter what he's pressing on your heart today, even if you can't sense anything from him right now, possibly, he wants you to know that he's just super stoked every time you share your moments with him. Every time you have unbroken fellowship internally, no matter what's happening on the outside, he loves it. And every chance we get, we give thanks for all of it. When we spend time focused on others and on God, our eyes are off ourselves, and instead they are looking around us and they are looking up. And all the while our soul just gets fuller, it doesn't empty, because thankfulness breeds abundance in our soul, not scarcity. Enjoy your entire day with the Holy Spirit today. I hope he fills up your soul to overflowing.